know. I've never really, I think it's dangerous to compare your characters to you or to try to make something about them come from you. I feel like it's important to, they're a different person, they're a different entity. They don't always, Tiffany didn't react to anything the way that I would have reacted to it. And I would have never been able to do half the things that Rhea or Katniss have done. So I don't know. I don't ever really feel like I have anything in common with characters. It takes other people saying, well, that's, like David always calling me stubborn, having that in common with Tiffany. It takes other people kind of pointing me out. But I don't really know, because I never really felt like personally I had a lot in common.
Well, you do, so, but then you obviously separate. You do become Rhea, and as somebody separate from you. You become Tiffany as somebody separate from you.
Yeah, I feel like every movie, it's a brand new, it's a new, when David wrote Tiffany, he had no idea who I was, so for me to implement my thought process or reactions or anything like that, it's kind of, you both, that's probably one of my favorite parts of making a movie. It's at the very beginning, creating this person and watching it evolve. David and Bradley getting together with the other actors, and then the costumes, and then she just kind of forms.
Do you feel that, like, Brie was a pretty challenging role? Your first Oscar nomination, do you find that Tiffany was far more of a challenge than Brie? And Brie, I'm sorry, Brie, I keep saying Brie is Brie.
Oh, no, it's fine. Brie's more normal. No, not necessarily. I mean, there were different challenges to both. Winter's Bone, we had a very hard schedule. It was 25 days, and it was freezing, and physically it was really hard. As you can see, I ate Golden Corral every day. And I did, that was the only catering. I was so puffy in my whole movie. And then, I'm sorry, I'm cold. And then, in Silver Linings, really the dancing was the hardest part, but also David's characters are so, that's what I love about his movies. Each of his characters are like their own story, but they're unlike anyone you've ever seen. So there were times where I remember wrapping Silver Linings and sitting in an airport being like, oh my God, I blew it. Like because I was thinking about, I would think back on the scenes and the choices that I made, and it just seemed like a very bizarre person that I created. And I thought, I don't know, I just thought it was too much, but then you see the whole movie, and David just kind of creates this world where all of the characters are too much. but in this beautiful way that, like, I don't even know how to describe it, and I'm like taking a whole.
No.
Basically trying to say,
and it's
I don't know.
But it's such a refreshing, it's both, Tiffany is so refreshing in the writing and your performance, because male or female, the fact that she's aware that she's screwed up, that she's fucked up, and she's made mistakes, but she's learned to live with those things. Not many people can say that, and that's what's, maybe it was scary for you.
Yeah, she's just kind of an enigma. She's very stubborn and bullheaded, but at the same time, she's full of insecurities, and for every flaw, she has a reason for why it's okay. And she has a lot of different kind of parts to her that are very, yeah. I can talk.
David has, and that's one of the things I admire so much about the movie, is that, for those out there in the audience that don't know the history of screwball comedies, you had this long tradition of this screwball actress in the center, and you carry this tradition forward of this, in a very modern way, of this woman that is able to consolidate, the Madonna and the whore and bad qualities and good qualities. I mean, it's a totally modern, powerful woman. It's pretty amazing. No. It's you know, it's.
I'm not gonna say thank you anymore. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah. I think that you're blowing me off, and I don't.
I'm just gonna say shut up.
You can say shut up. You, Jennifer, 2-time Academy Best
That doesn't
Actress
mean I can tell
nominee,
you shut up.
can say you can tell me shut up anytime you want.
That's why actors are assholes.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, journalists. They do things like that.
Let's watch a clip from
Yes.
The Burning Plane and the Poker House. The Burning Plane, by the way, was directed by Guillermo Arriaga, who it was his directing debut, but he's the screenwriter of Babel and other great movies. And then also a scene from Poker House, which is directed by Laurie Petty.